What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about open training and the things I learnt and sort of caught my eye from today's training. Obviously, it was a big, beautiful day at Alberton. Plenty of Port fans were out and about to get the signatures of their favourite players, and whilst not every player went around and got photos and signatures and stuff like that, it was still nice to see a fair chunk of the boys doing that. And I think when I left, Ollie Wines and the likes of Zerk Thatcher and Connor Rosie were all, Willie Rioli, they were still going around to every single fan. It's very much appreciated. And at the end of training, you'll see, at the end of the video, you'll see Sam Powell-Pepper and Ollie Wines have a chat with me. So it was very nice to have a couple of them, and I appreciate their time. So stick around for that. But now, sort of the things I learnt from open training were, whilst it wasn't the most grueling of trainings and there wasn't an entire match simulation, there was definitely some key components in our training that we were sort of appetizing towards, and that was some things like we look at how we're moving and transitioning out of defensive 50 to attacking 50. I think a couple of key components to that is going to be Josh Sin, his role, and this was the main thing I sort of saw in every sort of drill was Josh Sin is the key component now. I think he's trying to develop into that Dan Houston role, and whilst Jace Bergwijn will be playing on the wing, accompanied by Travis Boak as well, who looks... I'm going to get my Boak comment in now in saying that he'll start here and here, and you'll just blink, and you didn't even see it. So that's how fit that old man is going at the moment, which is very good. But Josh Sin, he's the one, and if you're a fantasy person or a Supercoach person, Josh Sin is the recommendation for Port Adelaide, in my opinion. He has started the preseason, looks really, really good, looks really fit. He's got a booming left foot. He's hitting targets and hitting key components. I think what they're trying to do is sort of angleize their game, and in saying that they'll 45 kick it in towards the corner of the square, and it's sort of transitioning through in a not so much of a zigzag motion, but they're trying to almost like semicircle it before coming back in. So for you analysis blokes out there, and women as well, it's a transitioning game plan, and it looks really quick, it looks really good, it looks really fast, and the boys look fit. I think that's another thing I want to take out of this is they look fit and firing, and they're really just enjoying, what is to come this year. And we saw today as well, they announced, the preseason game against the Crows in Mount Bark will be a 21st of Feb on a Friday at 5 o'clock. So very interested to see how that sort of pans out. But overall, we look fantastic. I think there wasn't so much centre-bout stoppages done, so I couldn't get a close look at the midfield. The teams that they did, black versus teal, were evenly spread, so there's not a set A team, B team situation. And I think a couple of other things I really learnt from it was the fact that we're going to really enjoy Jack Lukosius with the footy this year. His ability to hit targets and his eyesight and connection with the footy is elite. And I was with Jack Hudson today, and he described it perfectly in hearing the leather footy off a boot is one of the top 5 things you'll hear. And the way it came off of Jack Lukosius' boot, it was absolutely sensational. So I think a lot of things to dive into. I think as well you'll see a lot of key components come through with our game plan. And once we see sort of more pre-season games and the internal trial and these games in Mount Barker and the one against St Kilda as well, you'll start to float the idea more of, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. Oh, I see what's happening here. And I think there's plenty of players, your standard players, your Rosie, your Butters, your Horn Francis, they look fantastic. I think you're going to really enjoy Mitch Georgiadis. I think you're going to enjoy Josh Sin. I think you're really going to enjoy Miles Bergman. If there's ever a bloke's signature I just need to see on a piece of paper, it's his. Like, honestly, the bloke hits targets. He's able to compete in the air. He does everything. He's incredible. So I think him will be a key component to us as well going through the year. And we need his signature. It's as simple as that. Another thing I learned, Brandon Zerk Thatcher is going to be a really, really intriguing proposition because his performance in the second half of last year was absolutely fantastic. He looks great. He looks fit. And he looks really, really good. I think he's going to be sort of our number one intercept defender this year, and freeing up Alir as well. And I think the way they can entwine is going to be a really interesting concept along with Asava. I'm not sure what Asava does this year, and that's where I think we find out what happens because a lot of things to come from these players, and I'm intrigued to see where he lands. To be honest, whether he's on the bench as a starter, if he's a starting defender, does he play forward? Is it him versus Ollie Lord for that forward craft? I'm not sure. That setup is going to be quite interesting because if it goes Ollie Lord, I think it's mobility for up forward. And the way it works is I think Georgiadis Lukosha look fantastic. Willie Rioli's underneath them. Pep looks fantastic as well, by the way. Sam Powell-Pepper, and you'll hear him in a little bit of a chat in a second, but he's looking unreal. He moves beautifully. Looks like he hasn't lost a beat, so I'm very much keen to see Sam Powell-Pepper going forth. But yeah, I'm not sure on our forward line structure exactly, whether it's Asava, Ollie Lord. I think it works better with Ollie Lord. I think having that big, the three tools. Georgiadis is a mobile player. Lukosius plays up the ground. Ollie Lord down deep. And I think Horn Francis complements, as I said, Rioli, Powell-Pepper, Darcy Byrne-Jones. And Joe Richards looked really good too. So there's a lot of interesting concepts to look out for. And the other thing, what I did notice as well, is the way we are moving it out of defence. And it's very much a transition game. It's quick. There's a lot of handballs, and that's going to frustrate some fans because if we get it wrong, it's going to be quite interesting. But if it's looking the way it looks, we're going to be quite clean to pull it off. And also, if we're defensively, without the footy, where our pressure is elite. So if that stays up for 4 quarters in a game, I think that's going to be our weapon as well. So, yeah, that was majority of open training. Players that didn't perform in the match simulation, Ivan Soldo, Tommy A, Xavier Walsh, Kane Farrell was in there as well that missed out. There was a couple of others as well that escaped my mind. But, they didn't participate today. Dante Visentini wasn't in there either. So a few players that did. Oh, and Hugh Jackson was the other one as well. So 6 key components that they're on the edge of best 23, and they'll be wanting to perform this year. So it did suck a little bit to see them not out there and moving around. But yeah, they look really good. Lockie Charlson as well looks really clean. One to watch, I think, for this year too. I've done a lot of yapping, so I'm going to get straight to it. Here's my interviews with Ollie Wines and Sam Powell-Pepper talking about how they're feeling pre-season-wise and what boots they're wearing in 2025. Hey guys, we're here with Sam Powell-Pepper. Obviously, a little bit of a net action. Pep, firstly, how you feeling? Pink hat and everything?
Yeah, really good, really good. I'm just happy to be back out on the track with the boys and running around. It's good.
And second question, what boots are you running with this year?
I'll go the Puma Kings.
Hey guys, we're here with Ollie Wines. Well, good to be back, 2025. How you feeling?
Yeah, no, really excited. The group's obviously changed a fair bit over the off-season again, but we think things are coming together pretty good and looking forward to, finishing January and Feb and getting into games.
And what boots are you repping this year?
Same as I have for 12 years, Nike Tempo. So there's a few different colourways going away and around, and yeah, hopefully get the whole midfield on.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content for today. I look forward to bringing you more content across the summer and bringing you closer and closer to what will be a fantastic 2025. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way. Check out the latest video of the top 10 players we think will be for 2025 in the AFL. That's with my beautiful best friend, Jared Thomas. And also make sure you check out the other videos that have been released already so far. Thank you for watching. My name's Anthony, and as always, come the pair.